Dear Stan and T-Bomb, I am tired of being labeled a thought or a hoe or anything other than the single, classy, responsible, educated boss lady that I am. I am 36. I'm single by choice because I wanted to reach several personal and career goals before settling down. But I do enjoy dating who I want, when I want, and how I want. Yes, I do opt to sleep with some of the men that I date, but I am grown and I do not lie to any of them. I let them know that I'm not looking for a relationship right now and that it's possible I may still have sexual situationships. That's what she said, sexual situationships with others I choose to date. In a few social settings, I have heard the term hoe or thought referring to me and a few of my single girlfriends. If I tell a man the truth and we use condoms and I am single and I'm dating single men and there is no exchange of gifts or money because I have all of my own stuff, then how does my choices to have sexual variety be considered a hoe or thought behavior? At this point in my life, I like to experiment and I like variety. I'm sick of people being judgy and saying women like me are not marriage material. I am marriage material to the right mature man when I'm ready to settle down. Is a man who dates and sleeps with multiple women considered a hoe? Or is he simply a single bachelor living a bachelor lifestyle?
This is good. I like this.
Okay. What you got?
So the first thing this young lady addressed in this letter was, I'm tired of people addressing me as a thought or a hoe. Right? That's the first thing she said. Mm-hmm. Well, let's unwrap that. Why are people referring to you as a thought or a hoe? See, that's one of the things we need to know. Because if you're being addressed, see, what we do know is this. Everybody don't get together and tell the same lie, right? And because they don't know each other. So if everybody's calling you a thought and a hoe, it's some kind of behavior that you exude that maybe kind of makes you a thought or a hoe. So like, for instance, if you say, I'm single, I can do what I want. That's very true. I'm human. I can rob banks. That's if I want. But it's a consequence. So it's a consequence to your behavior, even when you're single, your morality, your respect, dignity. And so a man can choose you for one or two things, to play or to stay. And if you show up and play behavior, then he's just going to use you for play. He's not respecting you enough to keep you. And so that's the reason why it's hard for you to find you a husband, because
She's not looking. She says she doesn't want one right now.
Well, what does she think? Well, she's complaining about being called a thought and a hoe.
She doesn't like people referring to her as that simply because she's single and sleeps around. She's being single.
So sleeping around doesn't mean single. You can be single and don't sleep with anybody. You can be single and sleep with one person. You can have morality. You can have respect for yourself. You cannot have 275,000 miles on your box. You could. I mean, it's your box, but you should kind of stiffen up the miles a little bit if you could, Miles. I mean, I'm just saying, we're trying to work on the frequent flyer miles here. And so if you taking flight every 5 minutes, then I'm thinking that they're not going to always wait for your plane to land. You are taking too many flights. Okay, the miles are high as hell on your box. And so I couldn't respect that if you was coming to me. I would just pretty much either dismiss you or add a mile or two. That's the only thing that could happen. And so at the end of the day, that's what would happen if you out here. You're being handled like the way you present yourself. Perception is 99% of reality.
I just don't,
99.
I just don't know that I totally agree. So let me weigh in. Let me weigh in real quick, please.
You could clamp that box a little bit. You can clamp it, put a lock on that box. Okay. You can lock your box.
So
it's your box.
You should lock your box, absolutely, when you're ready to lock your box or when you're ready to get married. I don't believe that a single woman, no different than I believe a single man, should be labeled a dog or a hoe if he's being a bachelor and he says, listen, we're not in a relationship. You know, I do sleep with other people. I wrap up and that's what I do. Like, if you're single, what's wrong with that?
So, well, let me help you with that. Well, when you're single, you still transferring spirits. You still integrating your soul and everything that come with you and packaged up with you with another person. You're still making goofy, immature decisions because you don't know enough of your own worth not to spread it around. So you're looking like a whole goofy ass is what you're looking like. And so when you try to level up to somebody who got a little bit of sense, they're not going to want to keep you because you don't look like a keeper. You look like a sleeper. And so, you know, all I'm saying is you showing up like a whole whore. And so I'm wanting you to stop and lock your box and let it relax for a minute, and so you can get a man. See, because when you got that much backwash on you, a real man don't want it in the front. That's too much.
Listen.
You already done showed up with 172,000 miles on it. It's way past used.
Okay, real quick. I know we gotta go, but I do have one quick.
This junkyard.
No, I don't.
past used,
I'm
ma'am.
going on record
Unless it's
saying,
Toyota.
ma'am, that wrote the letter, whoever you are, thank you first of all, but I don't agree that you are a hoe or not. I don't
No,
agree.
not the man, the woman.
Whoever,
This
I
girl.
said a woman, whoever it is,
I'm
wrote
not.
the
Well,
letter.
it's a
I
lot of
don't think
miles.
that you're
All I'm
that.
saying is, young men and women, when you're looking for somebody to keep, don't let them have too many miles. You know, when you shop for a car, the miles tell the usage. The miles tell the
so
usage.
let me
So when you say 175,000 miles, you don't even know a year. It's a lot. You know
Let
that.
me ask you a question.
Versus 22,000.
Is it-
We need around 22,000.
How do you know if the
what we
woman
need.
never tells you about how many people she slept with and she keep that to herself? How do you know the difference when you go in there? Like, is it different? Like, do you
Well-
be like, oh, this one got a lot of miles, or
Well,
oh, this?
yeah, normally it'll swallow you or choke you.
What?
And so, yeah, the miles add up. Miles add up. I don't care
You know
if
what?
it's let me just tell you, miles do
Let's
add
get
up.
ready to go to a commercial break, please.
So,
because
babe, when you get a car to have 176,262 miles on it, it don't ride like the 22,000. We're going to go to the commercial break. We'll be right back. Spotlight.